Hi everyone. This is my second live because the first live I mistakenly did on my Real Justice Tarot channel. I'm starting to reach that age where like my mind is slipping. That tends to happen if you're a torture victim for decades on end. Your mind tends to slip a little bit like in your 30s if you've gone through enough bullying and all that type of shit. So I was explaining in the previous video that there is at least one perp who is spying on me. And this perp right here, I'm not going to show you exactly where they live, but they're kind of diagonally from my living room. Yesterday, I was on the computer doing my readings because that's what I like to do. And I usually have the windows open because, quite frankly, ain't nothing in here worth stealing anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So what happened was that I was here working on my, I was here working on my readings, and I see, as I'm closing the blinds, this person across from me is closing their windows. It's a female, and they like to spy on me every opportunity they get. I mean, it's not like I've got anything to hide. Like, my flat is literally wide open for everybody to view, so it's not like I've got anything to hide anyway. But yeah, they've been spying on me for a while. But they're not even the only one around here. They're not even the only one spying on me and slandering me and shit like that. It's really nothing new. As I explained in the previous video that I did this morning, everyone's been quiet. Everyone's been very, very quiet. I'm still called the Mad Lady, but everybody's trying to keep it under wraps as if that's really going to make a difference. The truth of the matter is that my mental health has been used to cover up everything from gaslighting against me to attempted murder of me. And on top of that, like, my mental health has even been used to explain away somebody else's experience. Like, for example, I told mental health about an experience that happened to another TI in which one of their relatives were murdered because they were witness to everything that the TI was going through. So my mental illness was even used to kind of, as if that somehow disproves anything. My mental illness was even used to invalidate somebody else's experience, let alone mine. So for me, it's not about the names people call me. It's about the impact it has on that person's life and why you're doing it. It would be different if people genuinely thought that there was something wrong with me, that there was something that they could get on me, that I was weird, or it'd be different if people had actual evidence on me of something that I've done wrong. But it's been like how many years? And you mean to tell me that people can't even get anything on me to get me out of a flat? Like, wouldn't that kind of let people know that this whole thing is a fucking sham and the only reason why you're targeting me is to fucking, aid in unlawful experimentation or in covert genocide? Like, wouldn't that tip you off? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Why would anybody tell you to slander a complete stranger or make a complete stranger's life hell? Who the fuck would tell you to do that unless there was something sinister in it? And did you honestly think that was going to lead to somewhere good? So for me, it's not what people call me, it's what it leads to. People have called other TIs crazy, and literally TIs have gone to their graves. You see, this is where I fucked up. This is where I fucked up. Because I made it all about me. But this is bigger than me. There are TIs who have been experimented on to their deaths. that were called crazy, that were dismissed as crazy, dismissed as making it up, dismissed as delusional. They were murdered, hearing those words ringing in their fucking ears. Also, they could be, you know, their murders could be discredited or written off as just accidents or just coincidence. Some of these people died hearing that they were conspiracy theorists, hearing that they were I took this way too personally. I made it about me. This is bigger than me. At least I'm lucky enough to make sure that people, you know, confront their behavior and confront what it does to people. At least I'm alive to be able to do that. There are people who have died with their reputations still being demeaned. Even in death, they're still not allowed dignity. Even after a community-wide involvement in their murder, they're still not allowed dignity. They're still called crazy. They're still called deranged. Murders never solved, never brought to justice. And as petty as these insults are, you know, the fat insults, the insults about my sexuality, even though those have been thin on the ground, the insults about, you know, my race and my mental health, on their own, they would have been petty. But it literally contributes to people's deaths. So it doesn't matter how quietly you say your defamation of character. It doesn't matter how quietly you say your slander. It doesn't matter how much the victim of your slander can hear. Still amounts to the same thing. Still amounts to the same thing. It's yeah, I took this way too personally, but when you're not well and when you're young, you tend not to think about these things. You tend not to think about how your treatment as a TI is something other people have suffered and died because of. And it gets worse. More people are going to die because of it. That's what really hurts. It'd be different if it was just a simple case of working hard to build your life and just ignoring what people are saying. People have been killed. Trying to tell everyone, look, I'm being murdered. You've got to help me. You've got to do something. To be called crazy, same as I've been. To be called mad, the same as I've been. To be called a deviant, same as I've been. Lied about. To be called delusional, same as I've been. To be called all these awful things that are not true, same as I've been. And the thing that hurts is not even me, you know? Sorry. not even me, it's just, it'd be different. If it was just me, if it was just some stupid fucking, oh. If it was just some stupid fucking game and the people hadn't been killed because of it. I mean, this whole thing has really affected me badly. I'm not denying that, but so many people have been fucking killed because of this shit. And again, I'm lucky. I'm very, very lucky. I know that I've been through a lot. I know I have. I've been through a lot of pain, but like, it's nothing compared to what some of these people go through. People don't understand. It is nothing compared to what some of these people go through. And that's why I cannot allow these perps to get away with their shit. I cannot and will not. If you are going to make me manic, if you are going to have me sectioned under false pretenses in order to cover up covert genocide going on in this country, if you are going to render me homeless, I'm going to give you hell before I get there. I swear to God, I will give you hell before I get there. Those people really think they're going to get away with fucking murder on my watch. No way. And then slander on top of that. So you're going to murder people and then slander them as crazy even after they're cold in the ground? Not on my fucking watch. No way. And there are TIs still alive today. Again, I've been very lucky. There are certain circumstances in my life that have mitigated what I've gone, what I've gone through. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse than it was. I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through so much shit. But even then, it could have been so much worse. You wouldn't believe some of the things that these people go through, that these TIs go through. And instead of getting help, every single thing they fucking do is weaponized against them. This whole, now that I'm thinking about how I'm being insulted, it just seems trivial now, but it's just, they're not just insulting me. They're not just insulting me. It's not, none of this is just insults. None of this is just insults. This is literally a covert genocide with psychological torture involved and psychological warfare involved. This is not just fucking, like, come on now. This is not just fucking. This is not just about me. And it took me fucking, oh my God. You see, when you're going through the worst of the psychological shit, you're in so much pain like you don't think about everybody else's pain. People are fucking with people's lives and they want people to feel sorry for them. Like, these perps are literally murdering people. And, you know, the pathetic thing is that when I've put it to perps before, then they want to turn around and flip it around on you. For what? For what? How am I, like I'm the one trafficking them just because I cussed them out. Like, get the fuck out of here. Now that I think about what I'm going through right now, it just seems really trivial. It's not, because I'm being tortured by electronic weapons every day. I'm being tortured by, you know, directed energy weaponry, acoustic weaponry, you know, all that shit. And then I got psychological warfare to deal with every day. And all of it is happening on the down low. And the thing is, the things that are happening to you as a targeted individual are so fucking ridiculous that if you were to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, of course nobody's going to believe you, because the shit that is being done to you is fucking ridiculous. It is not even just that. It's 24-hour surveillance. It's spying. Like, it's weaponized conversations, gaslighting. Every single thing you do is weaponized 24/7. But even then, I'm dealing with the lighter end of these attacks. I'm dealing with the lighter end of what TIs go through. You wouldn't believe some of the shit that these TIs fucking go through every day. You wouldn't fucking believe it. And they're all called crazy. Same as me. All painted to be villains, same as me. The only difference with me is that I lean into it, because ultimately I don't give a fuck. The thing I give a fuck about is the truth. So they can paint me as crazy if they want. I don't give a fuck. But the thing is that, you know, with me, I lean into it and then people back off. Whereas other TIs, they just want to live their lives. And yet the more passive they are and the more peaceful they are, is the more they're attacked. And that's for a reason. That's to make them snap. And whilst I definitely can say that TIs have been murdered, there are times where TIs aren't even allowed death. There was one targeted individual, I mentioned him before, where he tried to kill himself and he was literally brought back so that he could be electronically tortured all over again. That's the kind of shit we're dealing with over here. We can't even die in peace. And it's going to get worse. It's already getting worse. It's already leading to greater poverty and bigger inflation. Like, all of this is behavioral engineering. So where exactly do the people involved think that's going to go next? If it's behavioral engineering, then of course it's going to be used on the rest of the public, innit? How many people do you reckon have already died from these weapons that nobody knows about, that are not TIs? Well, I just don't know what to say anymore. It hurts every day. I wish I was the type of person that could bypass the pain and just get over it, but I'm not. I have to sit with it and then just let it wash over me. And it's only then that I really understand how I feel about a situation. And then I realize I'm being insulted by a bunch of murderers and weak people, like always. So it doesn't matter what they say, really. The only reason it matters is because of the impact that it leaves on my life. And it affects whether I live or die. That's the only reason why their words even matter, but their opinions ain't worth shit. For exactly that reason. I don't know what's going to happen now. I was expecting a delivery today. One of my TI friends gifted me with something special. Bless their heart. So, yeah. One of my TI friends gifted me with something special. So let's see what happens. Metal stabilizing. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Investments are stabilizing. The stocks seem to be behaving themselves for the time being. So let's see what happens there. But, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know what to do today. I haven't got much on. My readings are done. But anyway, I gotta go. I've been on this thing long enough. Gotta get my day started doing what I don't know, honestly. But, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, my fellow TIs, I love you so much. You don't know how much. And I appreciate you. And for those who are non-TIs, if you're going to laugh at people's deaths and you're going to laugh at people's murder and you're going to laugh at people being like, just get the fuck off. Just get the fuck off our media and stay off. We don't need you. We don't need you. You've done enough. We don't need you. But anyway, I love you. Take care. Well, fellow TIs anyway. Bye-bye.